Big up, guys. Big up, guys. Yeah, I know this is late. For a change, I am late with this. I don't generally do this late, and actually same day either. I was going to do reaction tomorrow, but I feel I probably will have other things I might have to do tomorrow. Probably going out and having a roast and stuff out maybe tomorrow. So obviously, I feel I get this done today, and it's quite late, I know, at night. Obviously, people will probably be watching Match of the Day. But I'll bring that back. I generally do that. I'll try and watch it on the iPlayer or bring it back or whatever on demand or anything like that. Because I like to get past all the boring shit with them talking and everything. They do so much fucking talking on there sometimes, analysis. And you just want to see the goals, don't you? On Match of the Day, that's what you watch it to see, and it's on late enough as it is, and you just want to see the goals. You don't want to hear all that bollocks and shit, boring shit going on. That's me anyway. So I get past all that, forward past all that. That's why I'm not watching it now. So, and anyway, I'm not sure I want to watch the Brentford game because I'm so gutted with this. As you know, I was on earlier with my stream, doing the lineups and everything, and thinking what might happen with the game, that possibly we could get a point or three, a draw or win. We were close to getting the draw, but really we were 1-0 up, and we could have actually possibly won the game. From 1-0 up, with Thiago. Taylor 2 penalties, I'm afraid. The first one he scored, the second one was saved, unfortunately. And we could have had a Desmond at the end of the day out of this and got a point, but still, it's happened, and have to move on. I'm going to go into it all, and Tully there, be up to you, bro. It's coming in. I know it's a late one for me on the same day, but I decided to get this one out there. Disappointing, yet it is, mate. It's gutting. I'm absolutely gutted. I thought we was going to get something here. Although then again, I did warn people, look, it's only half time, 1-0, another 45 minutes to go. It could all change, and that's exactly what happened. Brighton are a good team, though. I rate Brighton, I really do, but I still thought we could have got something out of this, I really do. And if Thiago had scored that other penalty, I think, well, we would have had a point. So, but he's only human after all. They all do it. They all miss the penalties. Even Bramo's done it. We know that. And we always used to rely on him getting our penalties when he was here, and he always used to take them brilliantly. Coolly here, I think he only ever missed one when he played for us. So this is gutting, and it's happened though. And as long as he keeps going though, Thiago, 9 goals now. It's great stuff from him, and I like what he's doing. It's brilliant. Yeah, Warren there. Hi, Steve. I'm absolutely raging. Yeah, it's probably to do with the cricket, I would think, mate. To be honest, yeah. Yeah, fucking pathetic England, let's be honest. At least you ain't got no cricket to stay up for now tonight, eh? There's nothing to stay up for without cricket. And it's not worth it anyway, let's be fucking honest. They're fucking useless, England. So, yeah, Warren's saying hello, Tully. Hello, Tully there, and Tully saying hi, Warren. But I'm going to get on with this, guys. I'm going to go into this game. It was really disappointing for me. I thought we was going to do something here. I really did. 1-0 at half time. But then I was still quietly reluctant to be going too far ahead of myself and say we're going to definitely go on and win this, because I knew they would possibly come back And that's what would happen. I knew that would happen. 1-0 was never good enough. It's always precarious. Yeah, those shower bastards need to be booted out. Exactly, mate. But I'm not going into that one right now. This is more to do with the football. And yeah, it was 2-1. It's narrow defeat. We only just lost this, but that makes all the difference, missing something and not taking the chance and getting the point out of it, which what we could have done. We had the same thing against Sunderland, don't forget. If we had actually scored there as well with a penalty shot, we let Sharda have that, of course. And he totally fucked it up. But if we'd got that penalty there, we may have had something out of that game. We ended up losing. It's all the ifs and maybes again, I'm afraid, unfortunately. And that's what happens. If you miss one, we end up getting nothing. So, but, I still think he's a great player, Thiago. I rate him. It can happen to the best of them, missing penalties. Even the best have missed them. We all know they have. So, I'm not going to be too harsh on him. I'm really not. And 9 goals now, so it's still going good. We got Burnley next at home. We are still 12th. We go back to the GTEC, knowing that we're fairly safe still. We're doing pretty well. We're still 12th with 16 points. We take 3 points at home. Well, we will be back in the top 10. But this is why I don't go too ahead of myself. That people were saying, I think we would have been, what was it? Would we have been 5th or something? I think we would have been 5th, winning here. But then again, I really don't want to go too ahead. And I know this would happen because only 1-0, you don't get any more goals. And that's what happens. And at this rate, you might get Brazil called up. Yeah, I hope so. He's a very good player. I do rate the guy. Unfortunately, he had his second one saved, but a second penalty, unfortunately. But as I say, it happens. It happens in football. So, well, and again, Brighton was always going to be difficult. I understand why you're gutted. Yeah, but that is the actual difference between getting a point and not, or getting 3 points and not. Taking his chances. And, we could have been right up there. And that's why I know we're not there yet. And especially under Andrews now. We're still definitely not there. It's not going to be like that. It's going to be ups and downs with this. It really is. We're definitely not relegation fodder. There's no way we are relegation fodder. But then again, we're not a real big top 10 team at the moment either. Unfortunately, we're not. And I realise that. I know, I don't want to get too far ahead of, expectations, of getting, a big place and maybe getting into Europe would be amazing. But I just know this is why we won't, because we still slip up in these games. And away again, it's an away game that we've lost out again on points. We have to go probably rely on our home form, because now we've got Burnley. You would think that's 3 points, but nothing's guaranteed. And any team can beat any other team on their day. So I will not take Burnley lightly either, despite it being at home. I'm not going to take them lightly either. And, I just know that, anything could happen. But anyway, let's get into this, and I'll bring this up, the report, do all this, and then, of course, the player ratings. Yeah, some people were saying you would be relegated. What a joke as well, yeah. And unfortunately, they didn't quite lose today, I should say, because they were 2-0 down and still come back 2-2. And I hate to say that, but that's what a good team will do. They will come back and get a draw. You know, when you're right up there, you're a very good team that is in the top 8 or 7 or higher, then that's what you'll do. And unfortunately, Bournemouth are that. As much as I hate them and what they've said, you know, their fans, I know they're a very good team with a quality manager. And, you know, they are going to do well this season. They are going to be above us. They're going to be, and Brighton are going to be above us as well, of course. So, but at the end of the day, I know we're going to be safe. You know, fairly comfortably in the end, I would say. You know, I'd love to get mid-table. You know, 12th or 11th, 10th again, even 14th or something. You know, 13th. Because I know we're not the team that people think that we are going to struggle and be right down there, because I just know we're not. But anyway, let's get back to this. And yes, unfortunately, Brighton 2, Brentford 1. Danny Welbeck, yet again, scores after Igor Thiago, of course, got us 1-0 up in the 29th. And at half-time, 1-0. Yes, Danny Welbeck equalised 71st. Still scoring goals, not getting in England's team. Strangely, I don't know why. Can't be down to age, can it? Because after all, Tommy Tickle keeps picking Henderson, who's 36 now, I think. And other players that are older. So it can't be down to age, can it? You know, a guy in form, scoring goals. You know, why isn't he in England team? It's terrible. It's disgusting. When you got to play players in form, this guy's in form. He won't be getting in the England squad or England team. That's pathetic. Sorry, mate. I have to go. I'm sorry. Yeah, no worries, Warren. Don't worry, buddy. It's cool. This is a bit late anyway, as well. So, you know, I'm not surprised if you can't hang around in here. You can't stay in here in the live chat. That's cool. Anyway, let's get back to this. And as I say, yes, Welbeck equalised 71st, and Hinchelwood, another very good player, in the 84th, made it 2-1. I rate the guy. I rate him. Very good young defender. Very good going forward. And unfortunately scored against us. And yes, we could have had the equaliser at 2-2, a penalty right near the end. But it wasn't to be. Brighton 2, Brentford 1, Thiago's late penalty saved by Verbruggen, as B suffered narrow defeat at the Amex. And it was narrow. I can't be too downhearted with it, really. It was a tight game. We only just lost it. I am disappointed. Of course, I'm gutted about it. I wanted us to do something. Wanted us to get at least a point or something if we could. But it just didn't happen. And be up to you, Steph. By the way, thanks for coming in once again, my friend. Be up, Steve. Unlucky today, buddy. Yeah, no worries. You know, it happens. We're on great form going into the international break. We all know that. Confidence was fairly high. And I won't use that as an excuse that stopped it. That interrupted us, what we were doing, because we can't use that as an excuse. It's the same for everyone. A lot of all these teams that are going well, they had the international break to deal with, and It's the same. So I'm not going to make that as an excuse. And we still, as I say, we could have got something out of this, a 2-2, and the point would have been good. But it wasn't to be. We're still 12th. We go back to the GTEC against Burnley, fancying more of a chance of actually getting 3 points. Would be amazing. Welbeck is quality player, is still a quality player, still 100%, definitely, yeah. But how he's not getting the England squad, Steph, I don't know. It's mad, isn't it? In the England team. When you're on form, when you're doing amazingly, you still don't get called up. It's stupid. And that's Tommy Tickle for you. The bloody crowd, But anyway, I'll carry on with this. Igor Thiago scored 1 penalty and had another saved by Bart Verbruggen as Brentford were beaten 2-1 by Brighton and Hove Albion in the Premier League. The Bees led at the interval thanks to Thiago's 29th minute spot kick, but the Seagulls hit back in the second half through Danny Welbeck and substitute Jack Hinshelwood. Brighton keeper Verbruggen was equal to a second Thiago penalty in stoppage time to deny Keith Andrews' side a point at the Amex. Andrews made one change to the team that beat Newcastle United 3-1. For the international break, Christopher Ayer replaced Aaron Hickey at left back. Still wanted Rico Henry there, but never mind. He went with him. So there we go. Christopher Ayer replaced Aaron Hickey at left back with the Scotland international named among the substitutes. Both sides moved the ball with purpose as the rain lashed down on the south coast. Quiven Kelleher was the first goalkeeper called into action. Having advanced into the area, Yankuba Minter teed up Max Weaver with a back heel, and the fullback drilled hard and low towards goal. Kelleher covered his near post well and pushed the ball away. Minter swung the resulting corner into the box, and Jorginho Ruter's glancing header dropped on the roof of the net, while Welbeck and Diego Gomez both blazed over the crossbar from just inside the box. Ruter cut inside a net fly from 20 yards, but his shot lacked conviction and was comfortably held by Kelleher. Then came a turning point. Kelleher's goal kick into the right channel was flicked on by Dango Ouattara to Thiago, whose return ball for the winger allowed him to race into the Brighton box. Chasing back on a sodden surface, Baliba mistimed his challenge and brought Ouattara down, leaving the referee with no choice but to point to the spot. Brentford's go-to guy this season, Thiago, made no mistake from 12 yards, stroking the ball into the bottom corner and sending Verbruggen the wrong way in the process. Only Manchester City's Erling Haaland 14 has more Premier League goals this season than Thiago's 9. Buoyed by their opening goal, Brentford remained on the front foot. Ouattara's corner was cleared only as far as the edge of the box, and Yiha Yarmouk volleyed just wide of Verbruggen's left post. Kelleher was equal to Ruter's strike from a tight angle in the final action of the first half. Brighton passed up a big opportunity 10 minutes after the restart. Reefer's cutback struck Sepp van den Berg and dropped kindly for Welbeck, who snatched at his shot despite having a clear sight at goal. Keen loose Potter on for Ouattara had a shot from distance well held by Verbruggen as Brentford looked to soak up the Seagulls' pressure and hit their hosts on the counter-attack. Minter burst past two Bees defenders and saw his effort from close to the byline pushed over the crossbar by Kelleher. Brighton levelled on 71 minutes. The lively Minter swung in across on the right and Welbeck peeled off Nathan Collins to finish first time from the centre of the box. Following the Brentford corner, Ferdi Kadioglu charged from one end of the pitch to the other and flashed a shot just wide of Kelleher's right post. Michael Chiodi's strike from 20 yards was then gathered by Verbruggen after Thiago had done brilliantly to hold the ball up and bring the full back into play. Brighton completed the turnaround on 84 minutes. Minter's shot was blocked by Hickey, and the ball sat up perfectly for Hinshelwood, who drove low beyond Kelleher. Coyote's cross was headed wide by Sharda as Brentford looked to snatch a point late on. In the second minute stoppage time, Lewis put a cross from the left and Sharda was pulled down by Maxim de Kuiper. The referee again signalled for a penalty, but for Bruggen guessed right this time, diving to his right and gathering the ball at the second time of asking to keep the Seagulls' lead intact. So Brighton's team there, 4-2-3-1 for Bruggen, Weaver, Van Hecker, Boskagli, Dunk came on for him at half time. Kadioglu, Belieber, De Kuiper on for him at half time. Ayari, Minter, Gruder came on for him in the 89th. Ruter, Veltman came on for him also in the 89th. Gomez, Hinshelwood came on for him in the 69th. And Welbeck. Subs still, Simas, Kostulas and Coppola. Brentford 4-3-3, Kelleher, Coyote, Vandenberg, Collins, Ayer, Hickey came on for him in the 81st. Henderson, Yarmaluk, Jensen came on for him in the 80th. Damsgaard, Yannock came on for him in the 80th. Watara, Lewis Potter came on for him in the 65th. Thiago and Sharda. Subs, Valdemarson, Henry, Pinnock, Onyeka and Nelson. Andrews, no blame for Thiago following penalty miss. Brentford head coach Keith Andrews back striker Igor Thiago after Brazilian's penalty was saved in second half stoppage time at the Amex. Igor's fine, I haven't spoken to him too much yet, but he'll be absolutely fine, said Andrews. He's in a good place, he's scoring a lot of goals and playing very, very well. He scored again today. It's difficult for the second penalty. It's difficult for penalty takers in general now, from when it's given to when they actually take it, the time that it takes. There's zero blame attached to Thiago for that penalty. Vandenberg rules silly mistakes in Brighton defeat. Sepp Vandenberg expressed his frustration after Brentford's 2-1 loss to Brighton. The whole game we were not good, said the defender. We managed to score one goal, but even in the first half, I don't think we were good enough. Silly mistakes, easy things didn't go well. We conceded 2 easy-ish goals in the second half. They came out of the dressing room a lot better than us. They had more energy, and I think they were on top. Of course, if we had scored the penalty and got away with a point, it would have been nice. But in general, it's not good enough. I guess he's right there. I guess I can agree with that. But, you know, we still could have had a point, and that is disappointing that we couldn't get a point out of it. It's, you know, it's not good. And, you know, I'm going to go through the player ratings now, guys. And while he Vandenberg is saying we didn't do it that great, I don't think we were that bad either, to be honest. There's Luca. Got to you, Luca. Hope you're well, buddy. Thanks for coming in here. But yeah, I actually thought we weren't too bad. I thought we'd been worse than this season. And we did play some decent stuff at times. I don't think you can blame Kelleher for either of the goals. And I thought he had a good game, to be honest. He made a lot of decent saves. But ultimately, of course, he did concede 2 goals. But I thought he had a very good game other than that. So I'm actually going to give him an 8. I thought he was pretty decent today. Yeah, an 8 for me. Really not a lot as he could do with either of the goals, I would say. So yes, an 8. An 8 for him. And let's go to the defenders. And as usual, we'll start with Michael Chiodi. I thought he was really good again. There's nothing wrong with this guy as a player. He's a fine player, good right back, young man still, of course. Great long throw. He gets forward amazingly well. Very good coming forward with the ball. Surges, rampages forward. And he looks pretty decent going forward. I like that. He had a fairly good shot today. It wasn't amazing, but it was okay. And 20 yards out, and I think he adds a lot to our team. I really do. He's an amazing player. Yes, okay. We're saying we conceded 2, but was he to blame for any of that? Not really. I'm going to give him an 8 as well. Yeah, I'll give him an 8. Chiodi. So anyway, let's move on and get to the next one. Next player, which will be we'll do the other left back, Christopher Ayer, actually, who I still don't think he's good enough. He played him here again. I would still rather have Rico Henry at left back than this guy. I know he adds height and stuff and athleticism and hardly ever really gets an injury. But I still don't think he's quite got it. And Rico Henry has. He's a proper left back. Yeah, be up to you, Jordan. Hope you're well there, brother. Has Liverpool lost again, mate? Well, yeah, what happened there? Lost at home to Forest. Has the slot machine broken? Has it totally gone to pot? Gone to the scrap heap? Has it got to be chucked away, the slot machine? Is it broken? Totally broken, mate. Liverpool in a real crisis. They're only one above us. One place above us, Liverpool. So, yeah, it's not looking good for you lot, is it? Should Slot go? Arnie Slot. Is the slot machine, kaput? But anyway, Christopher Ayer, I still am not sure he's really good enough. I thought he's one we could possibly sell. Could possibly sell him. But, I don't think he was great today. I'll give him a 6. I don't think he was that great. So yeah, 6. I'll give Nathan Collins. Again, I don't think he was too bad. I thought he had a decent-ish game. Wouldn't say he done too much wrong. I'm going to give him an 8. Yes, I know. I keep saying we conceded 2 goals, but I still don't think he was that bad. And had a pretty good game. So I'll give him an 8. And let's go to Vandenberg. And yeah, he actually said himself he didn't think we were good enough. But I'm not sure I totally agree with that. As I say, I know we've been worse than this. Look, we had some pretty inept performances at times, but this weren't one of them. I thought he was still good as well. I'll give him a 7. In fact, I'm going to give Collins a 7 as well. I'll change that one. I'll give him a 7. Collins as well. because they weren't quite at it, but I was worse. As I say, I thought Keone was great again. That's why I gave him an 8 there. Let's go to the midfield and go to Jordan Henderson, who, yeah, I thought he was okay. I wouldn't say he was outstanding as such. Yeah, it's a fairly quiet game. I mean, he does his usual stuff in the midfield, but I don't think he was totally outstanding. But I'll give him a 7 still. Very rarely lets us down. Yeah, 7 for Henderson. I'll bring on. I'll go to Damsgaard, who, well, maybe not at his best. Maybe wasn't quite at it this time. He had played in the week, of course, for Denmark. A tough game against Scotland. I'm not sure he was really to the fore this time. He's still done some decent things, but I'll give him a 7. He wasn't really at it today. So I'll give him a 7. And right, we'll move on to Yarmulke, who I actually thought was very good. He is getting a lot better. This guy, he's improving all the time, and he's been here a while, of course. So played under Frank, still a young man, but he's getting there. He's getting towards a very good prospect of a very good player, and you could see the promise was there for a while. I suppose it's just bringing it out of him. But I think he looks a good player, and of course he had that shot, went just wide. He's very close to getting his first goal for us. That's not far away now, probably. So I really do rate this guy. And actually, I'm going to give him man of the match. I'll give him an 8, but he's man of the match for me. I thought he was actually quite outstanding today. So, yeah, I'm actually going to give this guy a man of the match. I was, of course, going to give it to Thiago. I very nearly did, but of course he didn't score the second goal. And if he got that second penalty, got it back to 2-2, he would have been man of the match for me. But unfortunately, not quite. They still get a good mark, but he's not man of the match. Unfortunately. But anyway, let's get back to this. And who should we go to now? That was all of them. Obviously, I'll go to the subs in a little while that came on. But let's get to the strikers. And yes, Kevin Schade. I actually thought he was pretty good. I've known him worse. He put himself about and actually done really well today. So I thought he had one of his better games. He was pretty good. He was fairly dangerous most of the time, won that second penalty. I'm going to give him an 8 as well. He has got the ability there. He's got raw pace. He's got a great spring, great header of the ball. And he can be a very good player. I know he can be a really good, really great player, this guy. He's got it in him. He doesn't always produce it, though. That's the problem. But yeah, so an 8 for Schade. And right, let's get back and go to Dango Ouattara. Very dangerous again, I thought. Very dangerous. his pace, he's direct. He likes to get crosses in. I still want him to keep scoring a bit more. He had a fairly good record of scoring at Bournemouth. He hasn't quite brought that here yet. And he has scored, well, was it 2 or 3 maybe? 4, I don't know, but he scored a couple at least, or 3. But he's got more to come. I know he can do better than this. He's got the pace and trickery. We knew what he could do at Bournemouth. And he's doing well here. He is doing well. I'm going to give him an 8 as well. Yeah. Definitely an 8. So let's go to, of course, the man, Thiago, the man himself. Yes, unfortunately, he only scored one of the penalties. I thought he was good again, though. Strong up front, holds the ball up well. He has actually got a good little touch, a good touch and a bit of skill for a big guy as well. He's Brazilian after all. So he has got it there a bit. It's just a shame he couldn't get that second penalty. Otherwise, I would have given him man of the match. But I'm still going to give him an 8. Because everyone misses penalties. It has been known to happen. You can't always score them. Steph again there. Steve, I forgot to ask you what you thought of England's Ashes batting collapse. Couldn't believe it when I woke up this morning. We got baseball by Travis Head. Yeah, exactly. We did. And I call it no brain ball now, not baseball, Steph, I'm afraid. It's not great. It's pathetic. It's brainless, dumb. See ball, hit ball. Don't even think about it. Don't give yourself a chance. Because we had them a bit on the ropes, the Aussies, after getting them all out, the other day, fairly cheaply. And we had a lead of 50 odd, I think. And yet we still fucked it up, as usual. It's still the same thing with England. We get into these great positions and we still fuck it up because that's us. That's the way, especially the cricket team. And I'm not happy about it. It's Groundhog Day yet again. Same old, same old. When's it ever going to change? Well, maybe when this regime goes, Stokes and McCullum and Key and all that, and we get some good ones in. The ECB are fucked as well. They're arseholes. I can't stand them. What they're doing. I'm not a fan of the same player taking the second penalty. What about you? Well, I don't know if they're good enough. If they're the nominated penalty taker for the team, which this guy obviously is, and then why didn't he take that when Sharda was given it? He should have had that one against Sunderland. If this guy is the nominated penalty taker, it doesn't make sense, but you think he would have scored. You still think he would have scored. Most of the time he's going down the middle. And the goalkeepers are moving. But at the end of the day, some goalie's going to clock that and say, I'm not going to move too far, or I'm going to go a little distance to save this. And that's what happened here. Verbruggen realised, he's not going to get it right in the corner or anything. So he didn't have far to go. Yes, he almost made a meal of it and mucked it up. But, that's going to happen. Bramo, he was ice cool. And the way he used to take him, running up, looking at the goalie, where he's going to go, what he's going to do. That was amazing. But he only missed one penalty while he was here. But, this guy has done it. Unfortunately, it happens. I'm not going to moan about him. I'm not going to give him any shit. I'm not going to really really lay into him. Because I think he's a fine player and he's getting us the goals. 9 goals already this season. Making up for last season when he didn't play, when he was injured. Yeah, goalkeepers advance forward with back foot on line, Rawley daft. Yeah, exactly. Totally. 100% Steph. But yeah, it's happened. As long as he puts it to the back of his mind and carries on, which I'm sure he will. He seems like he's got a lot of belief. We're going back to the GTEC to play Burnley for the next one. So no doubt we should get 3 points. I mean, I'm more confident about that than I was with this one. Although I still thought we was going to get something. It looked very promising at 1-0 at half-time. Very promising. But anyway, yeah, I'm still giving him an 8. Thiago. He still gets an 8. He was good again. Let's get to the subs and Aaron Hickey came on, I think, the 80th minute. He was okay. I didn't think he had much to do. He didn't really produce much. I'll give him a 5. Didn't really have a lot to do. Yeah, just bounce back at Fortress GTEC. You will be okay, 100%. Yeah, I think we will, Steph. I think we can. Burnley are perfect, for us next, to have them next, rather than a really, really big team, major team. Because after that, we will have Arsenal and we'll have Spurs. And that's when it gets tougher. We'll have the Thomas Frank derby, of course. So that's not going to be easy. But, we get 3 points in the next one. That's good. That gives us a bit of confidence to go to Arsenal at the Emirates. It'd be a bit of a free hit, you would say there. I could say it's a free hit. Not expecting us to get anything, but you never know. You never know. Any team on its day. And Arsenal, we have to try and beat again. We've only beaten them once, 2-0 when we came up. So it'd be amazing to get another win against them, or even a draw. Come away with something again. But I know it's not going to be easy. They're going really well. Defensively brilliant. So it's going to be tough. Anyway, let's get back to this. Yeah, Aaron Hickey, of course, as I say, only gets a 5. Who else came on? Nobody else. No other defenders. Let's see midfield. I think Yannick came on, didn't he? I think he came on. Yannick. Yeah. So only a 5 for him as well. Just a 5 for Yannick. Still not back in fully and not doing much. Was injured for a huge part of the season. So, yeah, not really at it just yet. I'll give him a 5 there. I think, who was the others? I think, I'm sure we had another one in midfield, but, that's Lewis Potter, but I think he's classed as a forward, of course, Lewis Potter. Yeah, Lewis Potter came on. He looked lively and good. Had a bit of threat about him. I'll actually give him a 7. Lewis Potter. No easy Premier League games anymore. Can beat anyone more so than ever this season. Yeah. Exactly, Steph. And if we can do something against Arsenal, that'd be amazing. Love to take something away from there, from the Emirates. A win or a draw would be fantastic. That would be incredible. But, not thinking that far ahead just yet. Let's get the next game out of the way, and that's Burnley. Let's concentrate on them. And after that, we'll see. I can't remember, did Reece Nelson come on? Trying to think, I don't think he did. Let's hold on a minute. I'm just going to get back to see. Should say who came on. Who the subs were, who went off. Oh, Jensen, I forgot Jensen. He came on as well for Yarmulke. Jensen. So, who also I thought looked decent again, Jensen. I'm not sure why he's not starting. Really not sure. I think is he midfield, I believe. Yeah, midfield. Yeah, Matthias Jensen, I thought was pretty good again when he come on. I'm going to give him a 7. I just don't know why he's not playing a lot. I ain't got a clue. But he done pretty well. He really did. Steph, I will catch you again soon. My friend got to go. No worries. That's fine, Steph. Hope you have a good night and sleep well and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Have a good time. And, the usual. What we all try and do over a weekend. Have a good laugh and good time. And of course, it's Sunday. Sunday coming up rapidly. The day of rest. To have a relaxation and and do some good things. Watch a bit of telly. Watch the football again. More football coming up tomorrow. So 6 likes. Yeah, I think that's nice. That's good, Steph. Brilliant. Happy with that. I just wish the subs would go up again. I really do. Got to get them subs up to 200. That'd be amazing. I'm sure that'll happen. But anyway, Matthias Jensen, I'm giving him a 7. I thought he was pretty good again when he came on. So I just finished my coffee here, guys. It's getting cold, so I've got to finish this off. But yeah, I thought he was good again, Jensen. So I'm not sure why he's not starting, to be honest. Anyway, we will go talk about a little bit about this one, Brentford and Burnley. That's the next one. Next one coming up. Obviously, I've got to do a preview for this sometime this week. I may do that earlier though, possibly Monday or Tuesday. I'm going to do it fairly early this week. The preview, I may even try and get a Burnley fan on. Well, I'll try and find one around here, anywhere to bring on. Would be good. I do know 1 or 2, so I'll see what I can do. But if not, obviously it'd just be me. It'd just be me doing the preview yet again. But I always try and do a good job. I hope I do. But yeah, so this one's come up at the GTEC. And as I say, it's probably a good game to have after that disappointment against Brighton. To go back to the GTEC and have a slightly easier game because Burnley are still no mugs. They're a very good team, Burnley. So I'm not going to underestimate them at all. You know, they might be struggling a little bit down there. But yeah, I don't think it's going to be a walk in the park totally. You know, they're a lot better defensively this season, Burnley. But I think we should beat them. You know, if we've got anything about us at home, and I know we have, we should be beating this lot. So, in a way, I'm looking forward to that. I know we can come back with a bang and get 3 points. I'm hoping. You know, I'll try and put this one to bed, and you know, I know it's happened. We lost again narrowly from being 1-0 up, but it's happened, and we move on. You know, you have to keep moving on to the next game. And we will do that. We will do that. And hopefully, you know, 3 points next time. So, anyway, guys, I hope you've all enjoyed this stream. I know it's been later than it usually is. And, you know, I don't generally do these at night. But I decided to this time and might have other things to do tomorrow. So, I thought, you know, do it today, do it tonight, and get it over with. And, you know, I am gutted about the result, but I'm taking it on the chin and I'm moving on. We're moving on. As that film said in that film Predator 2, shit happens, you know? Shit happens. You know, man. Shit happens. And that's what happened here. We lost. And we've got to move on. And thankfully we have got Burnley next. So because we got harder games after that with Arsenal and Spurs. Anyway, follow me on Insta, Mr. B for Life 182, and subscribe to Mr. B Hive Football Chat. Please keep smashing those likes, guys. Subbing if you're new, that's all good. You know, I'm on 186 at the moment. If I can get that to 200 before Christmas, that would be incredible. Please keep doing what you're doing. Please keep showing me your love and support as usual. It's all good. I support my small channel, and it's still going places like my small club. So keep going, guys. I'm going to bounce until the next one, which will be the preview, of course. Bees versus Burnley. But also, I've got to do the buzz, of course, as well. That will be this week at some stage. The buzz show. Don't know what subject yet, but I'll find something to do with that. Anyway, guys, you all take care. Hope you enjoyed this and enjoy the rest of your weekend. And I'm out of here, guys. I'm going to bounce. Cheers, everyone. Thank you. Bye. Bye.